Hey everyone, this is the Backlog for February 16th, 2015. So, this has been a hell of a, 8 days or whatever since the last time I posted one of these. Nintendo came out with a video explaining how to transfer your 3DS data to the new 3DS. Holy fucking shit, Nintendo. We've had a full playthrough of the Order 8, whatever, that really dumb looking name. The Order 1886. Whatever. That steampunk game that is coming out at some point this year from Sony. And apparently the game is 5 hours just playtime. The rest is another 5 hours of unskippable cutscenes. So, MGS4. And, Blizzard raised $1.9 million for Ebola relief in Africa with a space goat. So, let's talk about, the DS transfer. You have to physically take apart your new DS to be able to transfer these things, and you need a computer. And there will probably be a wireless option, but it'll take forever because the wireless built into any of those handheld consoles is never good. And Nintendo itself released a video showing this insanity that you have to do to transfer. You need a 00 screwdriver, or size 0 Phillips screwdriver, a micro SD card of equal or larger size, a computer, and an adapter that will accept both sizes of SD cards. Nintendo, why do you always have to fuck one thing up on... You always have to fuck one thing up on your handhelds. Since the Advance, you built a handheld system with no backlight with the Advance. And then the SP comes out with no headphone jack. The DS was ugly as fuck. The cartridge stuck out of the bottom of the DS Lite. The DS XL or DSi, whatever the camera one, was pointless. The 3DS, I don't really know. I haven't played with a 3DS much. And the new 3DS, of course, you have to make this stupidly ridiculous, convoluted transfer method. And apparently some people are losing all their shit, like all of their save data and all their games and shit. Nintendo, when are you going to learn? Make accounts. Have games that you buy attached to those accounts. Make a standardized fucking size for your goddamn SD cards. Build an exterior port. You pop one card out. You put it in the other system. Voila. Have it tied just to that system where you can only log into one DS at a time to be able to play your games. Okay. That's fine. But this is getting to the point where it's fucking ridiculous. You can't get your lost digital games back because why would we ever replace fucking things that you buy that are digital that you don't have to actually have a physical thing for? I swear to God, if Steam pulled that shit with my library, where if I installed a game and then my computer crashed and I had to fucking, or it got stolen or it got destroyed in something, and I had to rebuy all my Steam library games, no way in fuck Valve would be making money. Nobody would. Nintendo, what the fuck is wrong with you? I love you. That's why I get so angry at you, because you just... What? Like, your transfer method's stupid. Why? Who are your engineers, and can somebody please smack them so they learn how to build something that works? Nintendo, please, just... make it simple for your customers. They will love you for it. I will actually then buy a 3DS. I will then get one. But I can't because you make things difficult. and I don't want to get one because of the way that they are. Anyway, sorry, I just get really frustrated with Nintendo. Also, apparently, Bioware wants people to play test. They want people to beta test their patches for Inquisition. BioWare? You need people to beta your patches? There's something that doesn't... Okay, not everything needs to be put into beta. Like, at some point, you can just be like, no, this is good enough to go out. Like, you don't need to put out a beta test for a patch. A patch is supposed to fix things. It shouldn't be... AAA game publishers, I don't understand them. I don't get how you... I don't get how you think that... It's just so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. You have to beta test a patch. What? I can understand beta testing an expansion, but this is just the Black Emporium. It's some items. Isn't that... Like, don't you have QA people for this? Specifically so you don't have to beta everything? Sorry. Anyway. This is going to be a very ranty episode because just gaming news has made me angry the last couple of days. So there's another article on Polygon about the Order 1886. If you rush the campaign, it's a 10-hour playthrough, or 5. I don't know. It says the Order 1886 now suggests that the game can be roughly completed in 5 hours, which I guess half of the playthrough is cutscenes and the other half is 5 hours of gameplay. So 10-hour playtime. Apparently, the article's kind of a bit weirdly worded, but that's if you rush it. That's still... Sony, what are you doing there? It looked like a cool premise. I mean, steampunk, yeah, sure, I'm down with that. But... And then I started seeing things that it was like a quick time event fest, and... Then, I don't know... It looks kind of really not that great, and it had such a chance to be, and I guess it's been in development forever. So how do you... I don't know. Like, how do you go from developing this game for a few years to now, oh, well, it's now 5 hours of cutscenes that you can't skip. Just make a movie then, Sony. You have a studio. Oh wait, that's in super trouble because you got hacked and lost a lot of business. So yeah, that's a thing. I don't know. I don't own a PS4, so unless it comes to PC, I have no desire to play it anyway. But it still seems like that's a kind of shitty thing to do. At least Metal Gear Solid 4 may have had hour-long cutscenes, but at least it was a very long game too. At least from what I remember. I haven't played it in forever. Yeah, Argy, I don't know, ARGI, the Space Goat that was on sale in the Battle.net store for a small vanity pet in World of Warcraft, raised $1.9 million at, I believe it was $10 a pop. And if you bought the bundle, it was $25, and it came with a mount too. I quit WoW shortly after they started selling that because it was destroying my life. But good on Blizzard and WoW players for raising $2 million to help people fight Ebola. I mean, that's good. I don't mind, like, hey, if people want to spend their stuff on that, fucking go for it. That at least helps people. And last time I talked about SOE being sold off. Well, there's a bunch of layoffs at former SOE. Yeah, at Daybreak Game Company, which is still the worst name. Yeah, they kind of laid off a ton of people, I guess. They laid off a lot of the older lead developers too. Yeah, they they're kind of they're kind of just looking like they're gonna subsume that thing into something else, but that still sucks because nobody really saw that coming, and then suddenly it was gone, and now it's just getting kind of fucked. So that really kind of blows for them because hey, they're pretty good. Yeah, the other thing, oh god. Uh there's an interview that went up on Rock Paper Shotgun with Peter Molyneux. And after this past week, that's amusing because Peter Molyneux is, if you have never played any of his games, the guy behind like Fable and Black and White and stuff like that, and the recent Goddess, where he made a lot of promises on Kickstarter and the game isn't finished still, and it's a couple of years behind in development, and he kind of just gave up on it and has a paltry team of like a few people working on the game now, and it's never going to be finished. So one of the big promises in that Kickstarter was one of the people was going to be the god of the game once it had multiplayer and stuff. That still hasn't happened. And the being the god of the game meant you got 1% of the sales from that point on. Well, most of the sales of that game are probably done by now, so then they haven't put the kid in the game yet, so it's kind of just gone. The kid's not going to see any money he was promised. He's not going to see that 1% of the sales. He's not going to see anything because they're not going to finish that game. One of the questions in the interview is, do you think you're a pathological liar? And yes, I think he is, because he overpromises so much on every game he makes. To the point that it's like really kind of scary. Like to the point like I worry for him. Because one, he's kind of fucked up his entire chance of making games, like large budget games again, because no one wants to work with him because he like lies and then fucks his games up. Do you remember Fable 3? That was, holy fuck, that was bad. Fable 2 was pretty good, and then Fable 3 happened, and why did you do that? Black and White 1 was pretty good. Black and White 2 was okay, and then they just kind of killed the series off. I mean, there are chances for stuff, and then he overpromises and then doesn't deliver on even half of what he promises on. If that. I mean, Goddess is like a 10th of the game it was supposed to be, and he raised so much money for that. Like, he made way over what the Kickstarter was asking for, and then never fulfilled anything he did. And then he's like, well, I'm done, I'm going to work on a different game, this one's never going to be done, I'm not going to fulfill any of my promises, and bye. I mean, he even says that he even says he has no reputation in the games industry anymore. No, you have a reputation, Peter. You just have a really shitty reputation of being a fucking liar. And you're gonna have to work on that. Like, make a few good games and then maybe ask for another Kickstarter. I don't know. It's sad and shitty and whatever. But yeah, there hasn't been any like major news that I can think of. New Hearthstone announcement at PAX East, so that should be cool. Hopefully more Guild Wars 2 expansion stuff coming out then, or sometime soon, because I'm really interested in Heart of Thorns, but They haven't said a ton. I don't know. There's nothing else I'm really playing that has any news happening. It's all older games and stuff. So we'll see. Speaking of what I'm playing, well, this will go up beforehand, but I started playing the Banner Saga. It's a pretty good game. I like it so far. It's gorgeously animated. I still a little bit lost, but I'm only about a half hour in, so I'm not sure what exactly is going on, but I'm figuring it out. Combat system's okay. Seen better, seen worse. And yeah, I mean, it's a so far a fun game, so hopefully videos of that will be starting up Wednesday. As for Transistor, I finished that, and it broke me for the weekend. Supergiant, I know you're no longer what you were, because your leads and founders left, but fuck you guys for making that game so good. Like, seriously, fuck you guys for making Transistor as good as it is. I'll be doing a New Game Plus run on my own just because that game was good enough to where I want to play it 3 or 4 more times. Like I did with Bastion. I think I've played Bastion like 8 or 9 times, and I'll probably play Transistor more. So, if you don't have Transistor, I don't even give a shit if you watch my playthrough of it. Just go buy the game and play it. That's all I care about. Buy that fucking game and play it, because it's really good. I played some Kingdoms of Amalur, which was more Kingdoms of Amalur. It had such potential, and that game has got some really good points. I love the look of it. It's very high fantasy, but still simplified, and it's very bright and colorful. But good God, man, it feels empty. It feels so empty, and sometimes the combat's so frustrating. And I feel bad for Kurt Schilling's issues that he's had since that game flopped. And 38 Studios going under because of the flop of it. That sucks. And Dragon Age 2. Yeah, we started Dragon Age 2 for Saturdays, so that'll be a thing coming up Saturday. Yeah. I don't even know. This will be my 5th run through. This will be my 5th or 6th Hawk, so God. People hate this game, but man, the characters in it are so much better to me than Origins or Awakening, so I will give it a pass on its very clunky combat and overly simple combat and stuff, but man, it's a good game. So that's about all for what I've been playing. I wouldn't want to play Saints Row 4, but cannot record that. It's just not something that my computer can do. Which I'm replacing my computer eventually, hopefully soon, because running this poor little laptop is not working. I started ordering parts, so hopefully they start getting here soon and I can start replacing it. But yeah, I'm using a business class HP laptop. It's for recording all my videos, so it handles things like a champ for what it is. I mean, it's got a 2-year-old processor in it. But yeah, there's not really a ton going on in terms of gaming that I cared about. I mean, there's still stuff, but nothing that really I personally gave a shit about. And that's what this entire thing is. I find things I like, and I talk about them because I have the time to, and because I want to, and because I have a place I can upload it to, and sometimes people listen. And yeah, that'll be it for now. I got nothing else right now, and I'm gonna go record more Banner Saga. So yeah, well, have a nice night, everyone. If you like this, there's some other stuff on the site. Lots of stuff at spidersquidproductions.com. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/SSP if you want to support us, because we're about to start doing a lot of stuff, and hey, my gaming channel falls under that, so yeah, we've got a lot doing. A lot more things are going to be starting up soon. I know I say that a lot, but hey, life kind of gets in the way of things. Anyway, yeah, have a nice night, everyone. See ya.